Hi students, I would like to start this video by telling you that I really hope that you guys are safe and that you are staying healthy during these difficult times. I really hope that everything is going smooth for you, and I also want to say welcome to this Spanish course online. My name is Maria Lichante Huerta and I am an instructor at Pitt Community College, and I created this video because I want to guide you and give you a little bit more information and tips to use VHL Central Portales 1. VHL Central is a super site. It offers different platforms for different subjects. But VHL Central also offers platforms for languages. Our Spanish course, of course, is focusing on a Spanish platform called Portales 1. Portales 1 is usually helpful for Spanish 111, Spanish 112, and so on, but this time we're going to focus on Spanish 11 and 112. So as I said, I'm going to refer to this as VHL Central Portales 1. At this point, I want to make sure that you already created an account. So you have to follow instructions, or you probably already did, to create an account. You do not need a code to create an account. You will need a code to access all the materials and resources in VHL Central. However, if you do not have a code yet, you can still create an account and a password and a username, and then your instructor is able to give you a grace period. If you are taking 1 day or 2 or a couple of days to get your book, you still will be able to have access as long as your instructor activates a grace period. So once you create an account and you see that you don't have any access, you have to make sure to go back and return and see if your instructor has activated a grace period for you to access everything and you can start working on your assignments. When you use a grace period, your information, your work is going to be saved, and whenever you transition to your actual code, to the one that you buy, your work is still going to be there. So that is safe and that is not going anywhere. So the good news is that you can start working and your work and scores will be saved. Now, once you already have an account, a password, and a username, you can log in and then you're going to see your dashboard. So first, I want to list the bullet points that I want to go over with you today. So over here, you can see that I say resources and slides. All of this is coming from the VHL Central Portales 1 dashboard, and I'm going to go there in a minute. I just want to tell you that I'm going to be focusing on the resources that you can find in VHL Central, the flashcards, the e-companion, the calendar, the gradebook, the help requests, announcements, and details for each activity. So I have activated a sample student, so I'm going to log in and you're going to see my dashboard, and this should be what you see in VHL Central Portales 1 once you have full access to this platform. The only difference that I found is that in here you are not going to be able to see your section. You only see that when you first log in. So I might come back to that step later, but also you can go here to VHL Central and you're going to see details of your account. So if you can see in here, just when you log in, you're going to see the book and you're going to see the details. So you always have to make sure that these details are accurate, because remember that there are several instructors listed, there are several schools listed, and several sections. So you have to make sure that you choose all the information that is going to match the information that you see in Moodle. So for example, in here, the book is called Portales 1, as I mentioned before. This is the Spanish 111 course online at Pitt Community College. It's going to tell you here, these are the dates of the course, this is the instructor, and this is going to be the section. You have to make sure, because we teach, there are different instructors, different sections, even the same instructor has different sections. So make sure that all of these matches what you have in Moodle. Once in there, click in here and it's going to take you to the dashboard. So once you are in the dashboard, and as I said in here, you're not going to be able to see your section, but you previously have seen it when you log in. So your dashboard should look very similar to this one. So as you can see, you have different sections in here. You have the due dates, you have previous due dates, you have an announcement. The announcements also appear over here. So if you want to go to see different announcements that have passed, you can also go there. As you can see, it tells you when it was posted. But I want to pay attention to the tabs that you have in here. The course is going to be related to the course you are in, and you're going to see all the due dates coming up. You're going to see the content, and this is important. So you're going to see a list of activities here, which is the same assignments that you have due. Is just another way to see them. Assessments, probably you won't see anything yet because no assessments are open for this course at this moment. So they will start appearing whenever they are due and available. But an important tab is resources. So if you go to resources, you're going to be able to click on the lesson, lección 1, 2, 3, or whatever lesson you're going to be focusing on. And you're going to see in here some resources. Make sure that you have access to the grammar slides because these are going to be important for you to understand the grammar points of each lesson. So as you can see in here, you can go to Estructura 1.1, 1.1, and you're going to see that it opens as a PowerPoint. You can save it and you can go back to this later. Just make sure that you have access to this, and if not, you can also ask your instructor if this is an option in your specific course. So you can look in here at the explanation of the grammar. So you can see also Estructura 1.2, Estructura 1.3, 1.4, and so on. And this should be available for most of the lessons. You can see in here, you also have some transcript for audio assignments, so make sure that they are available. And if not, you can ask your instructor if this is an option in your specific course. But also, I want you to focus on the vocabulary. You're going to have a list of vocabulary in here, and this is very important for you to know what vocabulary is for the unit, what vocabulary you have to study for the unit, and what is the theme. So it could be, like introducing yourself, it can be the family. So all the vocabulary is going to be listed here. Now, these are not the only resources. You can go specifically to vocabulary tools. Okay, vocabulary tools is going to give you a specific list of words that are important to that lesson, and they can be more than the ones that we previously saw. So in here, a specific feature that I particularly like is the flashcards, because the flashcards is going to quiz you in what you know and what you don't know. So for example, in here, you can go to lección número 1. As you can see in here, we have 110 words. But if you don't want to study all of those words at once, you can unclick the ones that you don't want to study. So for example, I want to start with the first 3 topics or 4 topics, so I can exclude the rest. I can exclude the rest. It's taking a little bit of time, but you're going to be able to unselect this, and then you're going to be left with 28 words. So if you say start, it's going to shuffle flashcards for you to learn this vocab. So in here, you can click in here, and you're going to be able to hear the sentence or the phrase, and then if you flip it, you're going to see what is the meaning in English. So if you know it, you can say I know it, and you're not going to see that in the deck anymore. And if you don't, you're going to say I don't know it yet, and then it's going to shuffle it and present it to you later. So that is a way to study the vocabulary, and I think that is very helpful. So those are the flashcards. I strongly recommend you to use the flashcards. Then you can also go to your e-companion. The e-companion is the book. So you actually can access a book that is going to give you explanations, activities. So I also recommend you to browse in here the information that you see, and then you can go to the unit 1, and it's going to open up like a book. You know, you can flip the page, you can see the vocabulary here, you can see some exercises, and most of these exercises are going to come later in VHL Central, in the activities that you have due in your dashboard. Okay, so I want to show you also the calendar. The calendar is going to show you everything that you have due. You're going to have the announcements, and you can access to the announcements. You are going to see the assignments that you have. In here, for example, there are assignments due every day because it is the summer semester, and the summer semester goes usually faster. So, but you can have assignments Mondays and Wednesdays. That depends on your specific course. So you're going to see that, you're going to see an estimated time. So in here it says 2 hours and 56 minutes. It can be a little bit less, it can be a little bit more, but if it's taking you way longer to complete these assignments because you're stuck, please talk to your instructor to make sure that you go over some materials or extra help to be able to complete everything on time and successfully. So once you have seen your calendar, you even have your lesson tests, your quizzes, everything is listed in there. Please pay attention to that and make sure that you keep track of all the dates in the calendar. You're also going to be checking your gradebook here, your grades. And remember that all your grades are coming from Portales. So make sure that you keep track of your grades. So this is interesting and very helpful because you can see the time that you have spent in the website, and this is something that instructors are able to see. So that's how we know when you log in, when you complete your assignments, and so on. So obviously in here it's showing that I haven't spent any time because I created this sample student and there are no scores, but everything in here is going to be important for you. Make sure in here how many have been assigned, how many you have turned on time, how many have been accepted late, if the instructor accepts any late work, and if not, they are not going to be accepted automatically by the system. That depends on your course policies, and how many you have not submitted. So if you want to know how you're doing, I recommend you to come here and look at your progress. And finally, announcements in the communications tab. You're going to be able to see all the announcements in here and also access to those announcements from here. So all these announcements are important, so please keep track of these announcements that your instructor posted for you. So for example, in here is telling you, make sure to check your calendar. You also have some options like ask your instructor, and I'm going to go there in a second. Late work is not accepted, so you have to be aware of all that. So let's go back to our dashboard. And then you're going to be able to go to the assignments from here. And it is also important that you click on the resources that you have in the specific assignment. So for example, in here, you also can access your book from here and specifically to the pages that you need. And that is going to be an option like in here, ask your instructor at the bottom. So you're going to be able to use that if you're stuck. So that's it.